This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Bahamas Christian Council calls for the government to rescind the appointments of Sabas and Leslia. And government saying anyone involved in wrongdoing will be held accountable. Those stories and more straight ahead this morning. I'm Chester Robards filling in for Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
It's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Chester Robards. In a moment, Ricardo Wells will be joining us. Also this morning, Morning Blend Business. We're with Bristol this morning. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you were sleeping and the top national and international headlines this morning. And in the overnight, the Bahamas Christian Council yesterday called on Prime Minister Philip Davis to reconsider the controversial cabinet appointments of Sabas Bastian and Leslia Miller-Bryce due to their connections to the gaming industry, adding that the move casts a dark cloud. In a strongly worded statement, the Christian Council also questioned if the cabinet appointments will negatively impact the Bahamas' reputation and standing with the international anti-money laundering regulatory bodies. The Christian Council said that the Bahamian people should not have to accept, quote, legal gymnastics created in an apparent attempt to get one over on the law. It was a reference to the explanations that have been issued in the wake of the two appointments in an attempt to convince the public they do not contravene the law. The Christian Council's statement was released a day after members of the religious body met with government officials at the office of the Prime Minister about the matter, among other national issues, the Nassau Guardian understands. The Gaming Act bars cabinet ministers or their family members from holding gaming licenses or significant financial interests in the holder of such a license. These restrictions, the Christian Council said, exist to guard against conflicts of interest between public duty and private financial benefit, the possibility of undue influence on regulatory decision-making, and the danger of highly regulated and socially sensitive industry gaining improper proximity to executive power. And breaking its silence on allegations that Bahamian government officials have been facilitating the moving of massive amounts of cocaine into the U.S., the Office of the Prime Minister said in a statement that anyone who is found to be involved will be held accountable, quote, without fear or favor. It also noted that there will be a local investigation into the matter. The statement said, quote, the government of the Bahamas will reach out to the relevant U.S. authorities to seek the sharing of information, obtain any available evidence, and establish the facts through the proper law enforcement channels. Local law enforcement authorities will also commence their own inquiries. To date, the government has received no official information identifying any public official in relation to this matter. The position of the government of the Bahamas remains whenever wrongdoing is established, any person involved will be held accountable without fear or favor, and the chips will fall where they may. A criminal complaint filed in the U.S. Southern District of New York on Friday alleges that Jonathan Eric Gardner, a Bahamian who was on a plane that crashed last week while en route to Grand Bahama, has been moving massive cocaine shipments through the Bahamas with the protection of law enforcement agencies and government officials, including a particular politician whose name was redacted but has been referred to as Politician 1. Among the most alarming claims is the complaint was the description of a meeting that allegedly took place in Parliament in 2024 between a drug pilot, a confidential DEA source, and the unnamed politician. And a 28-year-old man was on Tuesday convicted of indecent assault in the country's first Supreme Court trial by judge alone. Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson convicted the accused, who has been identified only by the initials JJ, of a crime that he allegedly committed at age 16. According to the prosecution's case on April 27th, the convict lived with his mother, her boyfriend, his aunt, and his female cousins, ages 9 and 5, in New Providence. The girls who slept in the same bed awoke after JJ allegedly came into their bed and rubbed his genitals against them. The oldest girl saw her cousin when he ran from the room and immediately told her mother what had happened. As a result, she called the police. For his part, JJ denied the allegations. He claimed that the complaint was made up because his aunt accused him of moving her shoe. JJ, who is on remand, returns to court next week for sentencing. And five parliamentary secretaries were sworn in yesterday afternoon at Government House, marking the end of the Davis administration's executive appointments just one day before the opening of Parliament. The newly appointed parliamentary secretaries include Clint Watson, who is a senator, PLP MP-elect for Southern Shores Obi Roberts, Senator Keenan Johnson, MP-elect for Bimini and the Berry Islands Randy Roll, and MP-elect for Central and South Africa Bradley Fox Jr. Johnson will serve in the Ministry of Education, Roll will serve in the Ministry of Tourism, Fox will serve in the Ministry of Works, Watson will serve in Office of the Prime Minister, and Roberts will serve in the Ministry of Ministry for the Environment. While giving remarks on behalf of the Prime Minister, Philip Davis, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Chester Cooper, said the government's team is now fully ready for the work ahead. Let's turn our attention to news overseas now. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will travel this week to a NATO foreign ministers meeting in Sweden, where U.S. plans to reduce troop levels in Europe, coupled with President Donald Trump's often inconsistent stance on the alliance, have created concern while the world grapples with the fallout from the Iran war and rising energy prices. The State Department said Tuesday that Rubio would attend the NATO meeting in Helsingborg on Friday, one of the last senior-level NATO gatherings before alliance leaders meet at a summit in Ankara, Turkey in July. Rubio will then to India and plans to visit 4 cities, including Kolkata, Agra, Jaipur, and New Delhi, where he will see Indian officials and is expected to meet with his Indian, Australian, and Japanese counterparts, the other 3 members of the so-called Quad Group of Pacific democracies. In Sweden, Rubio will echo previous U.S. demands, quote, for increased defensive investment and greater burden sharing in the alliance, the State Department said in a statement. It added that he would also focus on Arctic issues and meet with NATO's Arctic members, quote, to discuss our shared economic and security interests in the Arctic and our strengthened posture in the high north. The statement did not mention Greenland by name, but Trump has rankled Europeans with persistent talk about wanting to take over the Danish territory. Trump's special envoy for Greenland, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, visited the island this week. And when Israeli defense officials approached Massivit last year about using its unique 3D printers to make military drone parts, CEO Yossi Azar jumped at the chance. Although the Israeli company had been producing large set pieces and other designs for the likes of Disney, DreamWorks, and Netflix, the opportunity to instead quickly churn out large drone parts for the military was too good to ignore. I stopped thinking about Hollywood sets, Azar said. The entertainment industry is a nice customer. Defense is a necessity. Business has been booming for the Israeli arms sector, despite widespread criticism of the country's conduct in its wars in Gaza with Hezbollah and with Iran. Countries that have vowed to shun Israeli weapons makers are nonetheless quietly placing orders, according to industry officials. And manufacturers, including some like Massivit, with no previous military know-how, innovations are being continually combat tested and improved. According to Israel's defense ministry, Israeli weapons sales have more than doubled over the past 5 years, with a record high of nearly $15 billion in 2024, while the ministry hasn't released overall 2025 figures. Leading Israeli weapons makers, including Elbit and Israel Aerospace Industries, both reported double-digit sales growth last year. More than half of the Israeli arms industry sales are from missiles, rockets, and air defense systems. For the first time, Israel has surpassed the United Kingdom in its share of global arms exports, making it the world's 7th biggest supplier, according to a March report by the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Let's take a look at sports now.
This is Sports Update.
And Windsor School and the Life Key International School Dragons won the junior girls and boys titles, respectively, to conclude the 2026 Bahamas Association of Independent Secondary Schools volleyball season. The sudden death playoffs and championship matchups were played consecutively and that did not stop both teams from emerging as title holders at the Aquinas College campus on Tuesday evening. Windsor School had quite a fruitful volleyball season, excelling since Bahamian professional and national team volleyball player Eugene Stewart led the charge at the helm. Prior to the Junior Volleyball Championship, he led the senior girls and boys teams to victory and added a third title to his collection on Tuesday. Windsor served up a 2-0 win against the pesky LCIS Dragons junior girls team to capture the school's third volleyball title of the season. They wiped out the Dragons 25-22 in set 1, but had to fight tooth and nail in set 2 to pull off the championship, winning the second. Bahamian professional baseball player Jazz Chisholm Jr. remains on fire for the New York Yankees. Chisholm had his fourth consecutive multi-hit game on Monday, going 2 for 4 with a home run and a 7-6 win for the Yankees over the Toronto Blue Jays at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Last night's game, Chisholm had a 5-game hitting streak over the last 4 games in particular. Prior to last night, he had 9 hits in his last 16 at-bats, batting .563 over that span. For the season prior to last night, Chisholm was batting .237 with 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 21 runs scored. Whether it's Giancarlo Stanton's baggy uniform pants or Jose Caballero's bat, the gesture is certainly working for Chisholm. The Bahamian star has turned to some unconventional methods to break out of a hitting slump in recent times, and it has paid off as he has been the Yankees' hottest hitter over the last week of the Major League Baseball season. He has raised his batting average by 37 points over the last week. And high school soccer nationals set to get underway. The action on the pitch is said to be very exciting as a number of schools vie to leave with bragging rights at the 2026 Samuel P. Haven Junior National High School Soccer Championships. Competition is set to begin on Thursday at the Roscoe A.L. Davies Soccer Field. The National High School Tournament is slated to run from Thursday, May 21st to Friday, May 29th. The soccer competition has been divided into different sections, including the New Providence Group Playoffs, which features the top 3 schools from the Bahamas Association of Independent Secondary Schools and the Government Secondary School Sports Association, and the Grand Bahama Northern Group Playoffs. The New Providence Group stage will be played May 21st to the 22nd, and the Grand Bahama Northern Group Playoffs will take place on May 23rd. In sports overseas now, James Harden could not stop Jalen Brunson down the stretch and did not have enough offensively to make up for it. The Cleveland Cavaliers blew a 22-point lead to lose Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals to the New York Knicks in overtime on Tuesday night. And Harden's struggles at each end of the court played a big part in the collapse. Brunson scored on several possessions in a row off the 3 dribble, with Harden guarding him. Brunson had 15 points on 7 of 9 shooting in the fourth quarter alone. Harden said he made some tough ones, but we obviously all know he's a great one-on-one player. Anybody on an island, it's going to be difficult. So we've got to do a better job of making sure he sees bodies. On the other hand, they do a good job at supporting him and helping him when he's on an island. He made some tough ones, but we've got to do a better job as a team. Knicks coach Mike Brown put the ball in Brunson's hands and trusted his point guard to exploit the matchup against Harden. And Jason Kidd is out as coach of the Dallas Mavericks after 5 seasons and 2 weeks, after the club hired former Toronto Raptors executive Masai Ujiri as team president and governor. The team said Tuesday it was parting ways with Kidd, describing the move as a mutual decision. The Hall of Fame point guard led the franchise to its only championship as a player in 2011. When asked about the future of Kidd at his introduction on May 5th, Ujiri was non-committal, saying he would talk to Kidd while evaluating all aspects of the team. Ujiri said in a statement, quote, "As we evaluate the future of our basketball program, we believe this is the right moment for a new direction for our team. We have a high expectation for this franchise and a responsibility to build a basketball organization capable of sustained championship contention." Kidd, who did not respond to a request for comment, made 2 deep playoff runs with Doncic, reaching the NBA Finals in 2024, but lost to Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at today's weather. And as a look at your weather for today, your general situation, a deep layered low pressure system located east of the islands is enhancing the weather over the central and southeast Bahamas. A drier air mass has entered the northern islands, resulting in reduced shower activity over this part of the country. Meanwhile, high pressure is generating moderate to fresh winds across the islands. The upper level disturbance will meander in the vicinity of the Bahamas, with its center drifting across the northern islands by midweek before being nudged once again over Atlantic waters on Friday. High pressure will gradually build in the area by the weekend. Occasional streaming showers enhanced by a mid-level southeast Bahamas in the easterly wind regime continuing through to next week. There is a moderate to all the east coast and Atlantic coastal waters off the island chain. Swimmers are advised to exercise caution when entering these waters. Residents across the northern Bahamas and portions of the northwest Bahamas are advised to remain hydrated, wear protective clothing and sunscreen, and seek shaded areas while outside during peak sunshine hours tomorrow, as UV indices are expected to be in the very high range and heat indices in the upper 90s. Your weather for the northern Bahamas: partly sunny today, fair tonight. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers and an after storm. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Your high temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The northwest Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds today, fair tonight. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers and afternoon thunderstorms. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots. Your high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low 77 degrees Fahrenheit. For the central Bahamas, weather partly cloudy tonight. A 30 to 50% chance of widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Winds east-southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Your high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the southeast Bahamas, weather partly cloudy tonight. A 40 to 60% chance of widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Winds easterly at 15 to 20 knots. Your high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit, your low 79 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll have an extended forecast for you later in the show when we return. And when we return, we're discussing some of the day's top stories when Morning Blend continues here on Guardian Radio 96.9, home of fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
CFAL is a proud sponsor of Team Bahamas for the 2026 Carifta Games.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
We heard you. Due to the request for more time, the Tourism Development Corporation is extending the Student Innovation Pitch Competition. Final application deadline, May 23rd. Competition date, now June 6th at Bahama Convention Center. If your age is 10 to 18 with a business idea, invention, or vision for the Bahamas, this is your moment. Green economy, blue economy, orange economy, up to $50,000 in grants up for grabs. Out Island youth, we need you in on this too. The Tourism Development Corporation wants to support you and our future.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Well, welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app for your smart devices, and on your televisions on cable Bahamas Channel 969 or BTC Flow Channel 612. We're on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Again, I'm Chester Robards. Joining me, Ricardo Wells. Ricardo there yet? No. Okay. You can join our conversation today. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or follow the hashtag MorningBlend. Be sure to like our Facebook page. Leave your comments and read what others are saying about topics on the show. You can email us at morningblend@nascar.com. You can text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC. Text us at 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. You can call us 323-6232. 325-4316, 325-425. And you can call us toll-free from the Family Islands, 242-300-5720. Always like to hear your voice. And also coming up this morning, more weather and traffic. We have business up in Morning Blend Business at 9 a.m. But first, it's time to talk about what's in the news. And in the news, Bahamas Christian Council making it known that they are not happy about the appointments of Sebastian and Leslie Miller-Bryce to the cabinet of the government of the Bahamas. And why is that? Because of their connection to the gaming industry. And we all thought that there were laws protecting against those associated with the gaming industry from becoming cabinet ministers, but the government is saying that those two have somehow, in some way, through the movement of assets and people, satisfied that they no longer are in contravention of the law. The Bahamas Christian Council is calling that, what's the word they use? Legal gymnastics. The government is using legal gymnastics to, quote, get one over on the law. So, we're going to talk about that. The government did release a statement yesterday about the arrest of Gardner. And we'll go through that. Actually, let's just read that statement for you. So we're all on the same page about what that statement says and what the government is saying. So the government of the Bahamas has seen the allegations. The government of the Bahamas has seen the allegations arising from a U.S. investigation as reported in the press and takes this matter extremely seriously.
How do you feel about that?
I'll stop right there for the moment. For the moment.
Good morning, Bahamas.
That was the first part of the statement that's Ricardo Wells. Welcome, my friend.
Right.
That first part of the statement really took me aback. Because, as reported in the press, the government wants to start a statement saying that they learn about these allegations
from press reports.
From press reports.
U.S. press reports.
And maybe a little bit from us, hopefully.
We learned about it
from the U.S. press reports.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I thought we would start this conversation with something around, hey, we will launch our own investigation. This is where we're going to start.
To begin with.
Yes.
Sure.
I thought that would have been the first statement from the government.
The lead.
Especially when the notices in the U.S. stated that there was some sort of meeting had at the House of Assembly. To protect the honor and legacy of that house, the first thing you should say is, let's go look at it.
Let's start with that.
Let's go look at the tapes.
Yeah.
That's the least you could do.
I would say. So the statement goes on to say the government of the Bahamas will reach out to the relevant U.S. authorities to seek the sharing of information, obtain any available evidence, and establish facts through the proper law enforcement channels. Now, after that other incident, what was it, 2024? The years are blurring together. I think we heard that paragraph was in another statement the government sent, right? About reaching out to U.S. authorities,
right,
seeking the sharing of information, obtaining evidence. Okay. That hasn't gotten us anywhere. Local law enforcement authorities will also commence their own inquiries. I think we heard that before, too.
Definitely.
And we've got no information on that based with relation to the other incident where Defense Force officers and police officers have been arrested and charged in the U.S.
See, and for me, that's the most telltale sign, because if you follow the train of the U.S. investigation, they're trying to make all of this one one big conspiracy.
Yeah.
So that means this has been an ongoing investigation.
Right.
And we're still not, calling a, pause on the play. Let's really look at these things.
That's right. And the statement goes on to say, to date, the government has received no official information identifying any public official in relation to this matter. No official information identifying any public official in relation to this matter. But there is a public official identified. What are you doing? Like you say, if this meeting did happen in Parliament, then you can find evidence of it.
Absolutely true. And that for the criminal complaint to be based around that, that they met with who is in custody now. I'm not going to call the name, but he's in custody now in the U.S. Based on the affidavit presented in his case, it indicates that he met with some politician at the House of Assembly with a DEA agent in tow.
Right.
Which is probably one of the most bizarre things I think I've ever read in history.
I agree. I tried to imagine what that looked like, them walking into Parliament or whatever, to have a meeting.
At no point in time you question like, hey, who am I dealing with? Like, how does it get that far without? Anyway, I guess.
Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. Interesting things happen at trial too. The position of the government of the Bahamas remains: whenever wrongdoing is established, any person involved will be held accountable without fear or favor, and the chips will fall where they may.
I don't even know what that means.
See, I don't know what that means, but I would have started the statement with that. It would have felt different. Started the statement with that particular paragraph, but I didn't think it was an extremely strong statement on the matter. It's 5 paragraphs long.
Yeah,
and for the government to say that these allegations from U.S. reports is a bit weak. It's a weak stance. Nevertheless, here we are, and we have to follow what's happening, what's going to happen with this case locally.
I've spoken to some reps from the government side over the last couple of hours, and what I'm trying to figure out in this is this: if we're gonna do an investigation, maybe that should be the announcement. Maybe that should be the declaration.
Yeah.
I don't think we beat around the bush and allow these allegations just to flourish off in the wind. It's all over the U.S. press now.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, we would have to question, where's our local investigation going to start?
Right.
How is that going to be handled?
Right.
You can't just say we're going to wait for what happens in the U.S. to adjudicate something that allegedly happened here in our House of Assembly.
Right.
Like, yes, he's in custody in the U.S., that matter is going to be handled.
Yeah.
But relative to the crimes committed in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, whatever they may be, however you want to handle them, those need to be investigated to figure out what else is going on.
Correct.
And I think the government is kind of...
Yeah. And often we know Bahamian law enforcement is involved in some of this DEA investigation sometimes. Right?
Allegedly.
So sometimes. They work together.
Yeah.
Did they work together on this case? Who knows, right? Some of these things have to be answered
based on how this whole process has worked out. It's quite clear now.
Yeah,
it's quite clear
right
now.
But there's some answers that need to be had.
Right.
I think we need now that the government has made a statement on the fact that they will do a local investigation. Now we need to hear from the police.
Yeah.
The police need to tell us what they know, what they're going to do to investigate the matter, because this is serious.
Yeah.
This is serious. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the Christian Council statement. Should we read that? That's a long statement.
Did not expect that from Christian Council yesterday.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, let me read the beginning of the story again. So the Bahamas Christian Council yesterday called on Prime Minister Philip Davis to reconsider the controversial cabinet appointments of Sebastian and Leslie Amelia Bryce due to their connections to the gaming industry, adding that the move casts a dark cloud. That's a quote, dark cloud. In a strongly worded statement, the Christian Council also questioned if the cabinet appointments will negatively impact the Bahamas' reputation and standing with international anti-money laundering regulatory bodies. So that's an interesting thing that they put in there, right?
Right.
Because the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force is doing a peer review this year, and one of the bodies that's going to be scrutinized heavily is the Gaming Board.
Yeah.
And everybody's preparing. They catching all kind of madness trying to prepare for this
process,
review. Yeah. And the central bank, local financial institutions of all sorts are going to from this international regulatory body. And this is one of the things they might bring up, right?
I feel like this should be a pertinent part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Because again, and to bring it back to the people, we are still not clear as a public on exactly how this happened. Because I think at some point, Mr. Bastian, he tendered his resignation from Island Lock. Then Mr. Bryce did the same.
Yeah.
The law doesn't just speak to these persons just stepping away from the post. It's in terms of actual ownership of the license,
Right.
actual ownership of the entity.
Right.
What happens to that?
Right.
We've long been told that he is our CEO and partial owner of Island Luck in the case of Mr. Bastian. In the case of Mr. Bryce, he's one of the founding partners.
Right.
What does that mean in terms of the ownership of these companies?
Correct. And will you still benefit from those companies?
Definitely.
Which is still important, right? Will some money still go towards your life?
And let's be absolutely clear. Being 2026, I think the Bahamians understand that beyond just their gaming operations, these persons are serial businessmen all throughout our community. Yeah. So we now need to understand, hey, how does that interest work in your government position? What do you have your hands in, as in the case of Mr. Bastian, as a cabinet minister? In the case of Mr. Bryce, your wife is now in cabinet. Like, those are the sorts of things we have to question. What else do you have your hands in?
Right. And if as the Christian Council puts it, these legal gymnastics have allowed for these people to become cabinet ministers, we need to see it laid out. And why wouldn't you lay it out before you do all of this?
I mean, just up to the election, we were going back and forth on over how many buildings were being rented, Mr. Bastian, over to the government. All these things are still unclear.
Yeah.
So now you add even more, wood to the fire, because persons now trying to understand what else they going to get into.
Yeah, and they hear the conversations. They know people are asking questions. Why not just get ahead of it? Yeah. It's like you sitting there laughing at all these idiots. We're going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? It's hurtful, and I think the government owes the Bahamian people a deep explanation, because
the question is, do they care?
That's it. That's it.
One thing about this administration, I know they're now going into their second term. In the first term, it often looked like they could care less what the public thought
until close to election.
Right, but the majority of time spent during the last administration was like, oh, you see all the reports swirling, you see all the problems arising, but it was like nobody cared to answer, nobody cared to be accountable. Now you're getting into, I think the House of Assembly is going to be called to order in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And still, you now have all these new questions arising. And again, we see in these lackluster statements by the government, it's almost like, where's the meat? We need actual movement on a lot of these matters.
Correct. And it's almost as if they did not. So again, you said, do they care? Because it's almost as if they didn't learn from the ones before. You said it on this radio station a lot, just exactly what you said. Don't send the lackluster statements. Take some time. We got to row you for another couple days to get real information and the depth of the situation from your perspective. Just that. Yeah. Give us a 5-paragraph statement saying a lot of nothing. That we're going to do things that you said you would do last time we had a situation like this.
What scares me about statements like that, and again, not trying to cast any dispersions on the governing party, it makes it feel as if, not just if you can moment, it makes it feel as if, well, we can see what all y'all could figure out, and we can deal with it when y'all figure it out. We ain't gonna go through the process and try and help y'all figure it out. Like, that's how it feels.
Yes.
And I don't know if in 2026 anybody in the public wants to have that sort of relationship with their government.
No,
it's bizarre.
And yesterday, this other statement, because some of this seems to be connected, maybe or maybe not, but statement from Kingsley Smith, Member of Parliament-elect for West Grand Bahama.
Which makes it even more bizarre.
Yeah.
Because this came out like, an hour after the statement from the Office of the Prime Minister?
I think it might have come out...
Before
we got it. Maybe it was after. I have to check. It says, I'm aware of the news stories circulating that reference my name. Given the reports, this is an obvious attempt to force me to argue a negative. I'm not going to lie to you. I had to look that up. I didn't know it was a real thing. Never heard it before, to be honest. The reports in the public domain as they relate to me are salacious, defamatory, and entirely ill-conceived.
And this is where I want to ask a question. Which reports are you referring to?
Right.
Are you referring to social media salacious claims, or are you referring to actual credible news sources?
Yeah.
Because now you're lumping a lot of stuff together that if we're going to have a honest public conversation, that should have not been lumped together. If we're talking about the actual credible media reports, you address that a certain way. Everything else you dismiss as salacious or, why lump them together?
Right.
It adds more confusion, Mr. Smith.
It is very confusing. So, but again, the relationship has been established, and so now when these investigations begin, who's going to be investigated? What situations are going to be investigated? We need to hear this from the police, since I'm sure they're the ones doing the investigations. Do we have CCTV footage downtown from 2024?
You have,
House of Assembly footage from 2024.
I'm certain it exists. There's cameras all around the building. I'm certain it exists.
Things go missing in this country
and
a lot.
This is what I'm trying to say. Now it will go missing.
We pray not.
Now it will go missing because this is where the loopholes exist. And that's why I used the phrase I used earlier. It's almost as, catch me if you can.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do what we're doing. It's business as usual.
Yeah.
And if there is something and we come across something, we'll address it then.
Right.
But other than that, be moving forward.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'll look it up before the break, but I want to try and remember what the government said after we kept asking, did they get information about the last claim of a parliamentarian helping, or even having the conversation about helping to move cocaine? What the government said after they said, we spoke to the U.S., but
they didn't pass on any information.
Something like that, right? So, what are we gonna experience?
Well,
here?
the point I've made in every conversation in the last day or so is they ain't gonna list politician one if it's only one.
Yeah,
they could just say Bahamian politician.
Right.
They said politician one for a specific reason.
Right.
There are more.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at it like that, this is why the investigation is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's necessary because we don't know how far this extends. I had the same conversation when we talked about the former PSA president, Mr. Sonny Miller, who was later found guilty and now is serving time.
Right.
We did not do our due diligence to figure out how far that conspiracy stretched.
Right.
So you left so much room for interpretation, so much room for disbelief or misinformation. Mm-hmm. Let's not do the same thing here.
Yeah.
If there's a potential that anything is still ongoing, if anybody's hands is still dirty, if anybody is still left wanting, this is the time now to launch a formal, a resolute, a very in-depth investigation that could get to the bottom of exactly what went on or what is going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we need to start.
Absolutely. Because in both of these stories, actually, from the Bahamas Christian Council and regarding this indictment in the U.S., is that the Christian Council is calling it a dark cloud that's going to hang over the country, and people are concerned that this whole cocaine conspiracy stuff is going to leave a stain on the country, and it will. And we are already in some instances seen as a slack country when it comes to law enforcement. So what is the government going to do to change that? We have to take a strong stance. You're talking about immigration, enforcement. You're talking about law enforcement. You're talking about, again, you look at the banking industry. People want to know there are rules so that we don't get blacklisted and graylisted again.
I can be quite frank with you.
Rules that are adhered to.
It appears that nobody cares about those rules anymore. And I hate to say it because we want to be up to the international space, but right now this chaos is threatening to pull us completely off the deep end. And I don't mean to sound alarmist or anything or get people. No, we exist in an international space.
Yeah.
We exist in a day and time where just a couple of months ago we saw the U.S. send send several helicopters into the whole country and packed up a whole government. We live in days and times like that. We need to understand that, hey, we want our government to be a reflection of our people. We want our government to be a reflection of our morals and values. Yeah. That's what we want. And if anything steps in front of that, we now need as a society to ask certain questions. We need to.
I got to text messages now asking, what is the government going to do if the government is the issue? Boy. But you just mentioned Venezuela, right?
See, I don't want to.
It's not going to get there.
But Chester,
it's not going to get there.
I say it like this. Again, we have the opening of our parliament today.
Yeah.
If what it alleges is even just remotely close to reality, there's questions about what just happened in our election. Because I raise this point like this.
Mm-hmm.
The cash seized on this person was not U.S. currency.
Mm-hmm.
It was Bahamian currency.
Right.
A politician name was attached to an envelope carrying that Bahamian currency.
Right.
These persons on this flight was dressed in political regalia.
Yeah.
They were moving from one island to the next. One could presume that these persons were en route to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Why would that cash be involved in that situation?
Yeah.
It raises questions.
It does.
And if it raises those questions, the questions now need to be asked, what did that mean for our election?
Right.
What was influenced in our elections? I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm saying because those situations exist together,
but yeah,
anyone with common sense would be like, maybe we should look at it.
It causes the synapses to light up.
And because that's the case with Parliament today,
right?
These are things that need to be resolved before we move further. And to just have it linger, what happens if 2 weeks in we find out that, hey, somebody high up in government is going to be it? What does that then do for House of Assembly? What does that then do for our government, this administration?
And we will see how strongly the opposition deals with these two matters.
I gotta say,
go ahead.
I gotta say,
with confidence.
I don't expect. I don't have the confidence at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And going into the election, we heard similar claims again.
Yeah.
Claims, allegations that connected somebody on that side to something similar. That's also now in U.S. courts.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'm saying. You leave so much room for misinformation to circulate because we don't have clarity on what in fact is going on.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Bahamians out there losing confidence in our justice system because these sorts of investigations are not being had or done properly.
Yeah.
We see something blow up, we see it in the U.S. media before we see it in our local media, or we see it in U.S. courts before we see it in our local courts.
Yeah. Quite right. We got a call coming in. Let's take this call, see what this call is saying. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Yes, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I need us to put something in context in regards to the initial investigation. Do you remember when they took the police officer off, or caught the police officer in the U.S.? Promises was made. And supposedly a request was made for more information. If you follow that timeline to what is happening now, you could understand why they did not provide information, because their investigation was ongoing.
Right.
Involving other people of political interest. It's only natural to assume that with the transfer of Gardner to New York, and most likely being afforded the opportunity to stand or sit in front of a grand jury, that this investigation will continue on. From, if you look at the date from when the investigation starts, the individual was indicted, but each subsequent case has a 5-year window in the U.S. to bring it to law. So what you're seeing now is a compounding of information as the investigation moves towards a finality in certain respects. But we have to be very concerned because in isolation, in governance, we have supposed to have an intelligence branch. And what is concerning is the allegation that this ongoing smuggling of tons, it's a very significant word. This is not pounds.
This is not small time.
Or kilo. This is tons. With the assistance of parliamentarians and law enforcement, those are very high tiers of governance. And if these allegations are true, it shows a form of collapse in government. We have become a rogue or narco state, returning that in the 80s. And so, yes, we have to be very, very concerned because it not only, we already are in a tight bind with the global change going on and our failures to make adjustments over the last 7 years for the technological change that has gone in the economy. We're experiencing high impact on the cost of living. You could consider it jobless growth, and that when individuals move away. If you take, I don't want to extend this too much, but if you take the fact that our last poverty survey and you take inflation up to now, we'll bring it in from the 4,000 to the 8,000 per person in each household. So that means when you have two people, you have 16, 24,000. And think, you could almost put 50% of the civil service in the poverty range. And so we have some adjustments that has to be done. And for me, I hope that today, 10 o'clock, Jess, are you familiar are you still seeing ads running on social media for politics ads? The reason those ads are still running is because they were prepaid for, and they keep running until they run out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that the political fanatics and supporters at 10 o'clock today recognize that they have won. A win is a win. And we must get on the governance. And these things are becoming distractions locally, but it also gives them the opportunity to move around because they use the distractions as a form of camouflage. Because they should know, the Attorney General and others should know the procedures for which these things happen, and their press release is inadequate in respect to that. And so,
I accept that second part, C. Allen, but I have the wave the flag on that first part. The opposition has a responsibility. Just as much responsibility as the public has, so does the opposition. It is their job, as Her Majesty's loyal opposition, the government accountable, in and out of the House of Assembly. All of these matters that we see going on, just as loud as we want the public to be, just as loud as we want the media to be, we need the opposition to be just as loud.
Right.
Yesterday, we saw the deputy leader of the FNM. He's not a part of the official opposition. We saw him out in the front of the House Assembly holding a press conference. That should not just be one person from the official opposition or the opposition body.
But you made the point. That's not the MPs or whatever. The minister is speaking as an FNM and as a private citizen now. But today starts the reset of our cabinet, the Public Accounts Committee, and for me, this kind of merges into the Public Accounts Committee because the MP was using resources of our parliament, which is the light, the water, and the location for which we pay for, in answering this. And yes, I would expect beginning today to see as the scene succinct, very important, because complaining or speaking to the issue of what has happened, having been at least 3 of them has been in government before, and I'm sure they have advisors that understand the procedures. They've had national security and policemen there, and so even if they're not official spokesmen, they have an advisory type environment. Okay. And I would expect now more so. For me, I consider this a government in crisis going forward until we have this resolved.
I do as well.
The United States is our primary source of revenue and support system, and we see the position they have taken in this region with their new doctrine. And so we are now part of one of their borders. These are all cascading. So I'm hoping now with the reinitiation or rebooting of this opposition and the new government that they do take a succinct, not a hit and go. You know how you go, you hit, you move, you hit, you move. I would hope that they take a sustained, continuous push and remind them over and over and over that this is day 5, this is day 10, this is day 20, this is whatever. Yeah. We have not heard an answer. Not let's get back to it, because this investigation until it actually comes to an end.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Every week, for the next however long. I agree. As a text message said, this is the opposition's fight in the people's house for the people, and they have to sustain it. They have to sustain it this go round.
And I'll say it like this: all due respect to the COI and their leader, I'm comfortable hearing what he has to say on this matter, but he cannot be the loudest voice on this matter.
Correct.
Not because what he's saying is problematic. You can judge that on the side. What I'm saying is we have an official opposition. You need to be that.
Yeah.
This can't be like the last time we went around with this government, where we heard more about what was going on and we heard more rebuttals about the government from a Lincoln Bean.
Yeah.
You are the official opposition. You're in the House every day. You have to hold the government accountable.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's try and take some more of these calls before we got to go to a break. Good morning, caller. Welcome to
Morning, Chester.
Good morning.
And good morning to the Bahamas. You reporting that the Christian Council says that the maneuver by the two members of Parliament attached to Kaming is legal gymnastics, right?
That's what the Christian Council says, yes.
Yes, well, I'd like to offer that a proper word for what they're saying is chicanery, which means trickery to achieve a political, legal, or financial purpose. You see, and another thing, Mr. Monroe now appointed the Attorney General, and in the last administration, he was Minister of National Security. He just made a statement saying that no one is above the law.
Right.
You see? But I question, remember that king here that the Minister of Finance and Prime Minister
yes.
at table, they authorized $2.5 million to refurbish it.
Yes.
We still don't know the status of that plane and the $2.5 million.
That's true.
But when that plane, as reported, 3 weeks after they took power, was landed at midnight, almost midnight, in Colonel Hill, Crooked Island. Who was the officer that turned on the lights to land that plane, and what is his status on the Royal Bahamas Police Force today? When we call for accountability and we call for freedom of information, these are the things and why we have such a black eye and what's happening now with the case with Mr. Gardner, everything pointing at ministers in the government and what has been happening with the cases with the Southern District of New York and whatever attachment they have. We as a country must have buyer's remorse and having these ministers sworn in sometime later today. That's all I have to say.
Oh, wow.
You all have a nice day.
You have a nice day as well. Buyer's remorse, strong words. Let's take this next call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Hey, good morning, Chester.
Good morning.
And good morning, Mr.
Ricardo Wells.
Yes, sir. It's such a mind-boggling situation, but it's to see this government continuing on with the drama, right? And to try to, try to get away from actual things that people could see happening, right? Because all of us knows, everybody knows that the boss and Miss Bryce owns this number one house, right? Everybody knows that. And for this government could to boldly come in the beaming face and give both of them a cabinet minister post. We are going into deeper darkness because here's what these people continue to tell law-abiding citizens in this country. You don't have to obey it, right? Or you could get some money. All what you need to do is get money, and then you don't have to obey no law in this country. But if you're broke, just obey the law, right? Because Miss Bryce sat inside that house of assembly for 4.5 years, right? And the topic came up in 2021 when she was trying to obtain a cabinet minister post, right? And it was denied based on the same law that they abide by last election. But now that the big boss comes, the money man, the money god comes, right? And he automatically gets a cabinet post, and because he got one, she got one too. So if he never came, she couldn't never been in the house in the cabinet. right?
I mean, that is one way to look at it.
Yeah, but look at it. So if she went there first and she was denied based on a law,
Well, she was. Let's not say denied. Where the government, they didn't, really address the law. They didn't want to. And at that time, I think she's quoted as also saying
she seemed a bit closer too because her husband, was at the top.
But gentlemen, right? Don't care whatever opinion we come to right now. The law states, right, that you or your relatives cannot be in cabinet because of your involvement in number housing. That's what the law says. And she had to succumb to that law. But now that law all of a sudden is not relevant, right? Because of we don't like to call it what it is. Because of the big God come, the big money God come, all the laws them fall down. And that's why Ms. Bryce was able to get inside there, because nobody can convince me. If I was there first and I was denied, or whatever words we used to ensure that I did not receive the cabinet post, and now we have somebody came in after me with more money than me, and he got a cabinet post. How you can deny me who was there before him? And if this is the type of games would these governments them continue to play on us while calling us stupid and doing it, because we can see this clear. But it ain't obvious to the right thinking, the clear thinking people, because
caller, I'll say it like this.
Yes, sir.
We had an election just last week.
Right.
We had a low voter turnout, but of the majority of that low voter turnout, the majority of Bahamian people elected a government. So in retrospect, the majority of that minority selected or agreed to what we're seeing today.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm not going to agree
I think
with that.
we are all wise enough to look back at that campaign and recognize the Progressive Liberal Party positioned Mr. Bastien for a job just like this.
Mm-hmm.
And we at that time could have said with our vote that, hey, we're not in agreement.
Mr. Wells, I don't disagree with nothing what you said, but see, the Bahamas need to start, we need to start protecting our laws, right? Because our laws is the only thing that remain after all of these bodies. What we are protecting are dead and dust, right? The law of the Bahamas can be still right here, and if that is not shown to be something worth protecting, we are only interested in protecting personalities who have to die, all of us. But the law has to remain.
Yep.
So the Commonwealth of the Bahamas need to move in the way of showing that our law is better or bigger than personalities.
Well, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. And, say what you want. And some great text messages are coming. I want to get to them after the news break, of course. But what's happening? Let's talk about the ethos of the country and the soul of the country and what's happening today, right? We're being, as someone texted, I won't call any names, but they're saying that, people who are being sworn into the cabinet and the government who built their wealth and fortune illegally. No matter if it's legal now.
Right.
This was their past.
Yeah.
And now we have to question what the government is doing, if what the government is doing with those people legal.
So I'll say it like this, Chester. I'll say it like this. Everything you said just now, absolutely true. But how ironic is it that the same government we're having that conversation about is the same government that's being questioned the way it is in courts in the U.S.?
Right.
These things aren't happenstance. These things are not just, oh, wow, weird coincidence.
Right.
This is why I keep saying, and that's why I made the point to the caller just now, we had an election last week.
That's why the caller said buyer's remorse. Okay. Will you have it? Will you feel it? Will you accept it?
This ain't the time now to adjudicate the morals or the values or the feelings you have about this government.
Yeah.
That was the time last week.
Yeah.
Now we have the question, if any of these things are true. To the texter, a lot of that what was stated is actually the case. We don't want to rewrite history there.
Right.
Given all of that, how do we as a public move forward? What do we do in this regard?
Again, this is where the opposition This is with the opposition, and let's give Lincoln Bain and his crew. Let them loose. No, let them loose. Everybody, let everybody loose.
But no,
on what's happening here now.
I want to take the time to actually just. People say they don't give you flowers till you're gone. I won't give Mr. Bain his flowers from this standpoint.
Yeah.
The activity he has taken in the lead up to the last election and even in the days since the election that happened last week has proven that he is willing to speak to anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's willing to speak truth to any situation.
Sure.
Well, truth is a...
Sure, yeah, sure, yeah.
But yes, he's willing to address the matter.
Mm-hmm.
And we need more of that in our politics right now.
Yeah.
We need more of that. We need more politicians to move beyond just the press conferences and the meetings at the office. We need them to move into the space of actually being amongst the community, being amongst the people, having these dialogues.
Absolutely. We're going to go to the news break and we'll return on the other side.
My gal asked me to lick ice cream off her she kitchen floor. I had to do it. She's a freaky. Or she won't check for me no more. In spite of all the dirt and rubbish, in spite of all the muck and stains, if she really did want me soft it up, at least she could have cleaned. 'Cause horse for horse, goat for goat, not every water does float your boat. Bone for dog and milk for cat. Once I happy, then I down with that. But I'll try anything once. There's not much I wouldn't do. Yes,
this is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
And now at 8:20, it's time for your final look at today's weather. Your general situation: a deep layered low pressure system located east of the islands is enhancing the weather over the central and southeast Bahamas. A drier air mass has entered the northern islands, resulting in reduced shower activity over this part of the country. Meanwhile, high pressure is generating moderate to fresh winds across the islands. The upper level disturbance will meander in the vicinity of the Bahamas, with its center drifting across the northern islands by midweek before being nudged once again over Atlantic waters on Friday. High pressure will go area by the weekend. Occasional streaming showers enhanced by a mid-level trough over the southeast Bahamas and the easterly wind regime continuing through to next week. There is a moderate to high risk of rip currents on all east coast and Atlantic coastal waters of the island chain. Swimmers are advised to exercise caution when entering these waters. Residents across the northern Bahamas and portions of the northwest Bahamas are advised to remain hydrated, wear protective clothing and sunscreen, and seek shaded areas while outside during peak sunshine hours tomorrow, as UV indices are expected to be in the very high range and heat indices can reach the upper 90s. Your weather outlook for the northern Bahamas: partly sunny today, fair tonight. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers and afternoon thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Your high temperature today, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. For the northwest Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds today, fair tonight. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers and afternoon thunderstorms. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots. Your high temperature, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. For the central Bahamas, weather partly cloudy tonight. A 30 to 50% chance of widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Winds east-southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Your high temperature, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. For the southeast Bahamas, weather partly cloudy tonight. A 40 to 60% chance of wide storms. Winds easterly at 15 to 20 knots. Your high temperature, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Your tropical weather outlook: the tropics remain quiet and tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 7 days. In your extended forecast for the Bahamas for tomorrow, Thursday, for the northern and northwest Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds, turning mostly fair at night. For the central and southeast Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy. For the northern and northwest Bahamas, a 10 to 20% chance of showers with possible thunderstorms. For the central and southeast Bahamas, a 30 to 50% chance of showers with thunderstorms. Winds for the northern and northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts. For the central and southeast Bahamas, winds easterly at 15 to 20 knots. Your high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit, your low 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Your extended forecast for Friday, weather partly cloudy to cloudy for the central Bahamas. Elsewhere, a mix of sun and clouds. For all areas, 20 to 30% chance of showers with possible thunderstorms. Winds for the northern Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. For the northwest, central, and southeast Bahamas, winds east to southeast. Your high temperature outlook 88 degrees Fahrenheit for your high, and for your low 79 degrees Fahrenheit. That's your final weather check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Looking to paint? Your local Sherwin-Williams store has top quality paints, expert advice, and everyday discounts to help you save. Only at Sherwin-Williams. And it's time for a look at traffic brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Starting in the west, over in Gladstone Road, there's some traffic on Gladstone Road as you approach and beyond, actually. Loosens up in some places, but when you get to the hill, you're going to find some traffic as you get closer to John F. Kennedy Drive. Some traffic building in the westbound lane as you head toward the roundabout with Gladstone Road and JFK. So if you find an alternative route there, you might want to take it. Traffic building if you're heading east on Tony Williams Darling Highway towards Somali Butler Highway. Somali Butler Highway, lots of traffic. Not yet extended too far past the Fire Trail roundabout, and there still is some room to maneuver on Fire Trail Road as you approach Somali Butler Highway. No traffic building up there as yet. Lots of traffic building up as you approach Somali Butler Highway in the westbound lane at Tonic Williams Darling Highway. Lots of traffic on Blue Hill Road now as you approach from Carmichael. Traffic backed up past Southwest Plaza, so you want to exercise some patience there. Lots of traffic between Blue Hill Road and East Street roundabouts if you're headed east. You want to exercise patience there, and some traffic headed westbound as well if you're headed towards the Big Chicken. Lots of traffic on East Street if you're heading north. You are in a lot of traffic all the way up to Robinson Road. I'm understanding Shirley Street is packed with traffic as well. Lots of traffic on Shirley Street. On Eastern Road, yeah, you got a lot of traffic on Eastern Road. Traffic backed up. Yeah, traffic backed up well past San Susie, it seems. Or starting to get thick past San Susie. So you want to exercise some patience there. It does loosen up as you get closer to Village Road, but seems to be a lot of traffic on Bay Street as well. Has something to do with opening of Parliament, I'm sure. So again, you need to exercise some patience there as you approach Bay Street. And of course, Shirley Street will feel the effects of that. That's your traffic hotspots brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Face-to-face chat or handling things online, we've got you covered. Visit nuainsurance.com for an instant motor quote or stop by your nearest branch today.
Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners on Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
The unsung heroes give us pride in the present, hope for the future, and most importantly, become living examples of the best that we can be.
CIBC Caribbean wants to reward the unsung heroes in our communities. Do you know someone who's been doing outstanding work in their community or performed an extraordinary act of heroism, bravery, or kindness in the last 12 months? Nominate a hero today. Go to CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening. We know the way you CIBC, ambitions made real.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
If you're done with gas prices burning a hole through your wallet, stop paying the price and start driving the solution. A BYD EV from Easy Car Sales comes with an 80% drop in your fuel costs. So wave goodbye to gas lines and charge while you sleep. For 8 years, drivers like you have been breaking up with the pump and waking up to freedom. It's more than a car. It's a new way to be. It's a BYD from the one and only authorized dealer in the Bahamas. Visit easy242.com to learn more.
Every day in a busy world, we have to be IBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening. We know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Here's the Sure-winning art store moment from Shelley and Dee Dee.
We're the only full art store in the Bahamas. If we don't have it, we make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the antenna spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor and paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobby craft,
Oil, shrimp,
clays.
stew, shrimp. But art supplies. Tim's Art Store. Find colour in every day.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
Wendy's has brand new chicken tenders, and they're everything you've been craving. Crispy, juicy, and seasoned just right. These tenders bring the flavor from the very first bite. Dip chili, scorching hot, ranch, honey barbecue, honey mustard, and Wendy's signature sauce. Grab them as a kid's meal. Enjoy them on their own, or make it a combo that hits the spot every time. For tenders you're gonna know by name, it's gotta be Wendy's.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
This is Guardian Radio, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Early in the morning, as the sun is dawning, I go to the well to get my water today. Get my wood from the bush to make my tea, and eat my bread till I fill my belly. Then I get ready to go outside and play. Get my friends from next door to run with me to the store to get some salt beef and flour for mama to cook. We pick some limes from the tree, and we pick some sapodilla leaf. Then we make some switcher to drink to wash down the food. My Bahamian thing, growing up on the island, catching the fish with my bait and my line. Growing up on the island.
Good morning, welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards along with Ricardo Wells, and I really want to get to the text messages quickly because we do have a guest who's coming in. A wonderful guest. Glad he's with us again today, Mr. Eddie Minnis. We're going to talk to him very, very soon. Just want to try and read some of your text messages. This person says, hello, these patterned official comments regarding U.S. investigations fall short. Why would the U.S. government not reveal its findings and name officials to Bahamian government makes no sense. Maybe they're just waiting, you know.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense if
there's more. If there's more,
that is at the government level.
Yeah.
You're not going to go to a criminal element and say, hey, we investigating you for this, but we could be back next week.
Right.
No.
Exactly. For you to go hide things. This person says, if the PLP government can break the law, then so can we.
Whoa.
They work for the people, right? I smell plenty by elections to come. Okay. When controversial issues come up with the F&M personnel on the COVID issue, Dr. Sands stepped down. I said that to say one party has integrity and character, the other one, anything goes as long as it don't stop the money flow.
He was made to step down.
Yeah, I guess they're just saying he did. I don't know. This president says the prime minister is this administration wasn't accountable during their last term. The minority, the average, voted them in again, so it only empowered them to be worse than last term. Remember, bad governments are elected when citizens stay home and don't vote.
I invited Dexter to get all of his plus friends together and make a determination to be a part of the next election cycle.
This president says, do you think the DEA agent only been to Parliament one time? She may be there today with a suit and colored tie clapping.
Boy, listen to me.
Maybe.
Might get an invite.
Is assuming that there is some legal gymnastics, but in reality, we know nothing about what the government has done to make these appointments possible. The government has been quite shady and disrespectful in not addressing this and sharing why they believe that these appointments fall within the guidelines of the law.
And no, that really blew me when I saw like the actuals when they were actually sworn in, because I was like, y'all didn't make any announcement about a change to the act.
Right.
So what is happening? And then we saw the follow-up statement from the director of communication who said, well, hey, there was no change to the act.
Yeah.
They just had to make some declarations.
Right.
I didn't know that's all you had to do.
Yeah, me neither. This person says, me personally, I welcome the Venezuelan remix Bahamas style. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. This person says, our government is a reflection of our people. We like slackness and corruption. Okay, we do. No matter how many people voted, the majority voted for a party with countless unresolved issues. I'm not going to say that word. I agree with your guests, and we can't catch them unless we riot. No, I don't know. We don't have to riot.
Hey, Chester, all I can say is we got what Venezuela was able to do, they was able to at least battle it over the U.S. for a little bit. We ain't got that.
No.
The second we see the helicopters, everybody off for the day.
Yeah. This person says, good morning. On a talk show last night, the Christian Council was demonized regarding this matter by their panel. It was very disgusting. The PLP needs to remember that we voted against gaming and they ignored our vote. Now this, again, the Christian community should boycott the opening of Parliament this morning. Just my thought. Will they? Will they?
Pretty sure some of them bought suits specifically for this.
Yeah.
And we be like a chance to dress up now.
And somebody is going to open with a prayer. And that prayer would be interesting, an interesting prayer. But anyway.
I will hear this is the most I've ever been interested in the speech from the throne.
Yeah. Good morning, Blend. Gents, let's be real. The government couldn't give a rat's what y'all talking about. Nothing happened before election and y'all put them back in power. You vote, gone, bro. We put them back. Nothing will change. So shut up and shake. Okay. Good morning. Shouldn't the opening of Parliament be done in the city of Nassau? Paradise Island is not Nassau. Okay. That's true. CCTV could go missing, but the USA already has it. Do they? That's why we need a COI government.
Well, hey, it was 2024. I'm pretty sure man of glasses were active then.
Right?
I'm pretty sure.
F&M and PLP is stupid to... Okay.
But
it's
where
stupid to do
houses-
fool in times like these.
But where in the House of
Let's hope
Assembly
so.
would they even meet?
Good question. I don't know. It's funny that whenever the United States wants a behemoth for suspected crimes, they bypass the Bahamas government and law enforcement. It's a strong indictment of the Bahamas as a whole when it comes to crime fighting and honesty and integrity. Well, we heard that in that last report where the RBDF people were helping to move U.S. Coast Guard efforts away from drug dealers, right? So, yes. This is what journalists sound like, asking tough questions regardless of what party is in government. Thank you, Ricardo. Yeah. Why is America protecting the politicians? I assure you they are not.
You're live for a rude awakening. A rude awakening.
I'm sure they are not. Okay. There are lots of text messages. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to. I'm sure all of you wanted to have a say on this. But we have to get to our guest. It's a quick break, and we're going to get Mr. Eddie Minnis in with us to talk about something new he's got going on.
I remember when Things were better back then. You didn't have to worry at all but locking your door. Everyone was like your neighbor. Take care of your son and your daughter. We had no bed, so we had to sleep on the floor.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
At You Can Go Gold, comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go Gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
Look what he just texted me. Oh my goodness. Watch out! Mobile devices are killing pedestrians, as there have been nearly 6,000 deaths and over 11,000 injuries as a result of texting and walking. Don't make your next text your last breath. Brought to you by UB Radio in conjunction with Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app.
Going to pick up the mail from the mail. Yeah, going to pick up the mail from the mail. First big city I ever seen. I left the island, I was 16. First big city I ever seen. I left the island, I was 16. I came to Nassau and
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards along with Ricardo Wells, and we have the great Eddie Minnis. The great Eddie Minnis. That's what you are, sir. In studio with us. And he's brought a wonderful new thing that he's doing and that he's got out. And it is a greatest hits songbook. And we have it in hand, Ricardo and I, and it is amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us about this project, Mr. Minnis. What we have here?
Well, good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Well, basically, I've been producing music and writing songs for many, many years. And I've recorded almost 100 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured that I needed to preserve the songs.
Right.
And if it was left to just radio or TV, there'll be minimal coverage.
Right.
So I decided to put the songs in the form of a book.
Mm-hmm.
I had Chris Justillion from University of Bahamas transcribe the music. He's a fantastic musician and an artist. And then I did illustrations for each song.
Really good illustrations, by the way.
Big one?
Really good illustrations. If you get a hold of this book, you're going to be really impressed because it brings a lot of the music to life.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And then also, I explain the inspiration behind each song.
Right.
Because people may want to know, well, why did you do Naughty Johnny or the Sugar Apple Canap? What led you to these thoughts?
Yes.
So I put that in the book as well. And what I also did was explain how someone who is not a musician got into music and songwriting.
Yes.
As in the genesis of my music career. And so the idea was to try to get the book done so it could be in the schools.
Right.
So that the students actually see the lyrics
Mhm.
because it's really Bahamian poetry in dialect.
Yes.
And appreciate the stories because a lot of the, you might say, historical stuff that happened in the Bahamas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the motive. I wanted to, and there'll be 3 versions. This is songbook number 1.
Okay.
There'll be number 2 and number 3 that I'm currently working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I by accident or by grace flipped to one of my favorite songs, Carmen. But I must say, I wasn't expecting to see the sheet music for each song, which makes sense. Like you said, you want to share it with schools and stuff. It could go into the music classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and kids will understand how to play.
Right.
Mhm.
And also, too, the teachers and even Bahamian artists are saying there's very little music, sheet music for Bahamian music.
That's correct, yeah.
And so there was no better person than, I'm happy to have Chris Justillion, who is a music professor.
Right.
And so we worked together and he transcribed all of the songs and complete lyrics, even the ad-libs and the rapping, so that there'll be no question as to what...
We joked about this off air, but I'm sure when I read Carmen, I'm going to realize that I've been singing some of your lyrics wrong all my life, right? But tell us about that. Do you find people get those wrong?
Yeah, because a lot of Bahamian musicians, they listen close, and hope they get it right.
Right.
But so I was in King Eric's studio many years ago doing a recording, and this group came in, and they were doing their version of the song Elutra.
Right.
And they were saying that Zelia was a crow. And I thought, as the writer of the song, I owed it to myself to tell them
Yes.
Zelia was a goat. Because when I visited Eleuthera, these goats were all over the place eating stuff off the road.
Okay.
The fella stood up in my face and said, Zelia could be a crow. So I said, I rest my case.
Yes. And
so there'd be no excuse.
And for those who don't know, I looked this up years ago, but when you get lyrics wrong, it's called a mondegreen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, MONDEGREEN. You can look it up. Because I got lots of lyrics wrong throughout my life. But anyway. So what inspired, I know you said what inspired this, but sorry, how long did it take for you to put this first one together?
I've been working on this for about 2 years. I sort of put down the painting and everything else because I figured that
okay.
I'm the only one who could actually put my book together.
Right.
So I use my potluck skills to do the card every song.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's done in ink and watercolor. And because before I got into oils, I used to do watercolor washes over ink drawings.
Right.
And so, and putting Granny and Fleabag together with the cartoons made it easy for me.
Yes.
And so I'm in the process of putting together songbooks 2 and 3. I've done just about all the drawings for it. I've got most of the information already. Just a matter of compiling it.
Right. So all of the art that we see in this particular book is all new original stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's amazing.
I had to sort of really think hard to make certain that each illustration can bring the song to life.
Yeah, absolutely. But you've been working hard on even some more showings of your art in galleries as well. I think you had another recent showing, right?
Yeah, matter of fact, on January 29th, the National Gallery put together a potluck exhibition.
Right. Yes.
Because I'd been I did the Guardian a couple of years, and with the Tribune for a couple of years. A total of 10 years, I did cartoons on a daily basis.
Right.
And I was actually surprised that I thought the paintings would be in the museum gallery.
Yes.
But they felt that the cartoons were like a tapestry of 10 years of Bahamian history. And so they selected little over 200 of the cartoons.
Mhm.
Now, mind you, I have a collection of over 2,000 of the
Right.
cartoons
Wow.
because I did it on a daily basis, touching
Yeah.
every subject.
Right.
And so what Richardo Barnett did, he's the curator of the show.
Mhm.
He went through the whole collection, collected. He actually put it in categories like politics, elections, Junkanoo, culture,
Yes.
religion, because doing it on a daily basis, I touched just about every subject.
Right.
And that way you get a what was happening in the country during that time.
Right.
And people who have seen the show, they've said, all you need to do is change the dates on the cartoons to
Still relevant.
2026,
Yeah.
and they're still relevant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see.
Unfortunately, in some cases, I'm sure.
Coming off our last conversation.
Yeah. How did you decide what would be in book one?
Well, 3 greatest hit CDs.
Okay.
Each one had about 18 songs. But I did other CDs like Tropical Waves and Spice of Life and Hey Morn and so on. So it was easy to categorize, three books. And so each book would be featuring Greatest Hits 1 that this did, which was my first Greatest Hits CD.
Right.
And then the second would be Greatest Hits 2, Greatest Hits 3. So I knew exactly which songs would be the first 18 of each book.
Wow.
And then I fitted the other albums that I did into the mix so that I would have 30 songs in each book, you see. And what I've done too, in the table of contents, I show, for example, the Greatest Hits number 1 in order. And then the second is the Hey Morn album. I put those in order.
Right.
And then my latest album, Spice of Life.
Okay.
And so that made it
Very easy.
easy to catalog it this way. And so people, and all of these CDs are available on iTunes, etc. So that if people wanted to hear the recorded music, they just need to go to these music outlets and get the actual music, or they can get the actual CD, you see. And so, because it's one thing seeing the sheet music,
right?
But if you actually can hear the original recordings, then there's no question as to what the melody is, whether it's ballad, whatever.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, you try to preserve as well some dialect, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact,
in the writing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, most of my songs, all my island songs, dialect.
Yeah.
Because it can't be in so-called standard English.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
see, and there's actually a glossary in the book, Bahamian to standard English.
Ah. Oh,
Yeah, it's
look that up.
Let me just show
Now
you
that'll be
something.
interesting.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yes.
Yeah, glossary is on
Okay.
page 102.
Mm-hmm.
You get, for example, a tourist or non-Bahamian listening to me talking about children, they will wonder who you're talking about.
Right.
That's children.
Right.
Con Jenny, that's cousin Jenny.
Okay.
You see, and then myself,
right.
mother, mussy.
Mhm.
And we don't say tonight, we say tonight. Or
right.
You know, and thief is a thief or to steal. And so the persons who are not into dialect will be able to
Right. And
see the spelling and so on.
And some of the old British words that we used to use that you would hear in other lyrics as well, not just yours.
Right.
You can understand what that was.
Right. Yeah.
Like ninepence and threepence.
Mm-hmm. And then
First time seeing this is today. First time. I didn't even know a phrase six. Like I've heard it in the music, but I like now seeing it as like 6 pennies. Okay, that makes sense.
6 pennies, 3 pennies.
Yeah.
And then you have me talking about going off with this Watergate. I said, who's a Watergate?
I
That's
was
the
gonna be my next
female
one.
American tourist.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never heard that one. That's an interesting one. Yeah. You're going to learn a lot in this book, clearly. Mm-hmm. I see you even write in Naughty Johnny says when Johnny Marr come back home.
Yeah.
M-A-R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to spell it right.
Yeah.
You see. Yeah.
That's great. So with Naughty Johnny, you like you say you put the inspiration behind the songs in the book as well, which is very, very nice. You come up with this? What was the inspiration for this? And this one says, I grew up in an era when discipline day, the Bible proverb followed was spare the rod, spoil the child. And one Thursday evening when my family and I were returning home after a meeting at the Kingdom Hall, my daughters said or did something that deserved discipline. I remember saying to them, quote, "Woy, woy, woy, I'm sorry for you when we get home." We all had a good laugh, but that was the genesis of the song Naughty Johnny. That's brilliant. So you just thought you actually were about to say something to your daughters, or you did say something to them,
yeah.
and that just became a song.
Yeah, it sparked a thought and so on, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, and then I grew up over the hill. We live in a clapboard house. The kitchen had a push-out window, and because you didn't have screens and you didn't have screens everywhere,
right.
and we had these thieving cats, so the cat jumped through the window.
Uh-huh.
Today a cat couldn't jump through the window.
Right,
Not
no.
the windows we have.
No.
You see, and then you have a kerosene stove. You knock the pot off the stove. The wind blow the fire. So I use a lot of what my growing up. I sort of blend this into the songs. Like, people, there weren't many cars then, but when the car break down, like today, they leave it where? Alongside the road.
Yeah. Still today, like you say. A lot of this still translates in today's Bahama land.
I like the point you made on the Naughty Johnny's backstory, where you indicated that you released it in 1976, but it later became a ring play for kids, because that's the first introduction a lot of people had to the song.
Yeah, ring play.
Yeah. So how did that make you feel going into that process?
It made me feel great because it came up spontaneously, and I went to a school in Spanish Wells when I first moved there. It was 1990, and the kids were doing so it's going through all the islands and so on.
Right.
And I think someone told me that's the first time that a song inspired a ring play rather than ring plays being written for.
Right, because
songs.
coming up, I always thought first, because that's what you hear, on the playing field or what's not. And I was like, then I get older, it's like, wait, dude, that's like, no, okay, which one gave a then?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. And actually, along with the songbook, we have a art competition going on with the schools, where we challenge the students to come up with their vision of Naughty Johnny or the buffet. And matter of fact, we have the book launch. The official book launch is on Saturday at 1 p.m. at the National Gallery.
Okay, this Saturday coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we hope to present the prizes to the students. It's for primary, junior, and secondary schools.
Very cool.
And so there'll be the first, second, and third prize for the winning students, and then we're going to officially launch the book. And if anybody wanted their book autographed,
they can get it there.
We'll do it there.
Oh, awesome! So I see you can get the book online, but where else can you get the book right now?
Right now, it's at Logos. It's also at Dungalik. It's at the National Gallery. So I'm just really getting going with the distribution.
Right.
And my main objective is to get it in the schools. I'm almost there because if it's in the schools in the Bahamas, then the children they can use it for dialect, they can use it for culture, they can use it for music, they can also use it for art, showing how you can illustrate things.
Yes.
And I think one teacher mentioned to me that in Naughty Johnny, in social studies, they can ask, what kind of person do you think his mother was? What about the neighbor's attitude?
Right.
Was Johnny really a bad fellow, or was he just a mischievous, forgetful, everyday young man?
Very mischievous.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Amazing. So tell us again, so people can get the book on Saturday at the book launch.
Right.
is there a price attached to it now already?
Yeah, the book retails at $30.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a price point where, and I was really pleased with the production of it because it's really a quality production.
Yes.
You see, and it's nothing flimsy. And I was really, really happy to be able to get
it was clearly bound to be sat on a
yes.
I don't know what you call that. Something
the music stand.
The music stand, so that you can
or the piano. You can
absolutely. You thought of everything.
Well, I had a lot of help, dealing with Chris, and so on. Yeah,
absolutely. We have a call coming in. I hope it's about this. Mind if we take a call? Good morning. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Yes, good morning to you. Are you taking calls?
Yes, you can ask Mr. Eddie Minnis what you'd like.
Okay, fine. Good morning to Mr. Eddie Minnis and also to Mr. Roberts and the other gentleman. I can't remember his name, but good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am just elated to know that this particular situation is happening this morning in regards to Mr. Eddie Minnis, because when he was at this station about 2 years ago, he talked about the book that he was going to get going. And I would like to say, as a former music teacher, I used many of his songs for National Arts Festival. So I would just like to, and we are all so proud of him.
Thank you very much. And I made the promise 2 years ago, and that's been,
right.
Yeah.
But just one thing before I go, I'm trying to think of which song that you wrote is my favorite. And there are so many, it cannot be a favorite because there are too many of them. But I would just like if there's a copy anywhere for someone to hear the song. No matter how small you are, you have a great role or a big role to play.
That is one of my favorites.
Okay, I would just like for everyone to hear that, and trust me, if that don't move you, then you can't be moved.
Yeah,
enjoy your day, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for the call.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because that's an inspirational song. It's on my Spice of Life, not Spice of Life, my surf. Hold it. It's on the same CD with it's my Tropical Wave.
Okay.
It's on the same CD with Church Out Crab Crawling.
All right.
I think it's number.
It's not in this first book. That particular song.
That could be in the third book actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but because it says it takes thousands of raindrops to make a bucket full. It takes billions of tiny rays to make a sunny day. The raindrops feed the flowers. The sunshine makes them grow. It's all the drops, the flowers, and the sunshine. All have something to say. No matter how small you are, you have a big role to play.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So it sort of builds on that thought, and it tells us to stop, take a look at yourself. Do you like what you see?
Yeah.
Stop, look around you. How do you view me? Do you see me as a brother? Do you see me as a friend? Come fill your heart with love. It's the perfect gift from above.
Wow.
So yeah, it's got a nice island, rake and scrape rhythm as well.
I'm so glad you came here to change our disposition this morning.
That is definitely the sentiments we need.
Absolutely.
Today.
Your national treasure, Mr. Eddie Minnis, and you keep creating more treasures for the Bahamas, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, because I wanted to preserve it's something I've been doing. I'm passionate about it, and so I'm busy.
Absolutely, yeah, very busy. So we look forward to books 2 and 3 whenever they come out, and hope you'll come and tell us about it. Absolutely. So tell us again where people can get the book and when the actual book launches.
The book launch is on this Saturday at 1 p.m. at the National Gallery.
Right.
The prizes for the students will be issued at that time. I'll perhaps even do a couple numbers. Maybe the buffet.
A special treat.
I just about to say that's the reason to pull up. Yeah. Everything else that entice you, that's the reason to pull up.
That's right.
Yeah, because I haven't done many concerts. Matter of fact, the first concert I did in 50 years was actually at the Cruise Port
recently.
2024.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, October 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the books will be available then. Also, the CDs will also be available at that particular time. And what else could be available? Yeah, and then now the books are available at Logos, Dungalik, and also National Gallery.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Eddie Menace, thank you so much for sharing this with us. We always appreciate having you here. And I've been blessed that I've been here most of the times you've been on the show. So we appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Have a great one. We'll be back. Morning Blend Business is up next.
Shout, crowd crawling. Cut the sermon short, real quick, say amen. Cause you could preach about heaven one step crowd in the van.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Chester Robards along with Ricardo Wells. And we are continuing the good time, I guess. Thank God, things have changed a little on the show. We've got our good spirits here in the studio with us. Kyle and Zena and Tori. And a surprise guest.
Perseus.
Perseus. Did I say that right? That's a beautiful name. Wow. Good. Perseus, welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have you. Mm-hmm. And so tell us, what are we doing today on Wine Wednesday?
Well, a couple of things. Yesterday, Tori?
Yep.
Yesterday was Chardonnay Day.
Really? Chardonnay Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chardonnay Day.
So we just want to give a nice little shout out to Chardonnay. We have a fantastic new Chardonnay with us that we're going to taste.
Mm-hmm.
But we have 3 wines. Just arrived last week.
Okay.
Just made it to the stores this week. And we'll be tasting them on Friday with the first happy hour for our wine down.
On Cloud Wine.
Wine Club, sorry. So many things in my head this morning. And so we want to taste these fantastic wines from Zuccotti, tell a little bit of the Zuccotti story. They're big boys when it comes to vineyard management. Won a couple of awards in the last 5 years. Winery of the Year, Vineyard of the Year 4 times in a row. Been inducted into the Vineyard Hall of Fame.
Okay.
They've had the fantastic opportunity to visit them about 4 years ago. So I'm really excited that we finally got this range into the market. And then we have some other fun new wines called XXL that we want to taste a couple of on live to get the feedback. It's a complete opposite of what we have in the market when we talk about sweet wines. So what we have now is sweet wines with a little bit of fruit introduction,
right.
Lower alcohol, usually between 9 and 11%. And here we are with wine-based, grape-based wines, fruit-infused, slightly higher alcohol content. So we tap out for dry wines or still wines at about 15.5, 16% alcohol.
Right.
So it's a little bit more of that punch that we like,
Interesting.
alcoholic punch.
Very good. So Zuccardi. First time hearing their names, but you say they're big players in the wine game.
Even though they're still relatively young, I think 96 was when they came around. But they have been very instrumental in Argentina's approach to right grape and right place, right soil, right terroir, right? And we know that was the French or the Europeans' approach. And then through the travel and migration of people, we have those Europeans leading or were leading the wine industry in South America.
Right.
And so when Zuccardi came along, it was all about the right grape, the right soil, right? Little disturbance in the creatat. And so if you see the vineyard, it's almost looked like it's carved out on the mountainside. Wow. It's just outstanding.
So these guys are Argentinian?
Yeah.
Okay.
The third generation now is leading the family-owned winery. They have different sites in different sub-regions in Mendoza. All bringing some different characteristic or different factor to the bottle itself. Minimal human intervention in the wine production. So it's all about 1,000 to 1,200 meters above sea level.
Right.
It's all about alluvial limestone soil. It's all about the minerality and the freshness. So we're talking about 100-degree Fahrenheit days and 55-degree nights.
Right.
So that shift allows us to retain all of the freshness and the fruit character and the acidity, right? We use French oak or neutral oak in all of the wines. So it isn't about the wood, it isn't about malolactic fermentation, it isn't about buttery sensation, it's still all about showing the freshness. So all of these wines, even in the red side of things, will have nice acid structure. It's about, the oak is about bringing roundness as opposed to introducing those oak flavors kind of thing.
Right. And this is the Chardonnay from Zuccardi.
Zuccardi is called their Q range, we call it.
So Q. So we don't call it Zuccardi Q.
Yeah,
the range is, what is it?
We call it Zuccardi Q.
Uh-huh.
So we say Zuccardi Q Chardonnay, Zuccardi Q Malbec, Zuccardi Q Cabernet Franc.
Okay. And so let's see what we taste here. So not as buttery as a lot of some Chardonnays.
So it's you still get the green apple sensation.
Yes.
So the butteriness is when we convert that green apple acid, the malic acid, into lactic acid. No conversion here.
Right.
So that freshness, that green apple, that tartness is still would be enjoyed.
Yes, that's exactly what I taste there. Very nice. So this particular thing, we know Argentinians like their meat over fire.
Most definitely.
And so would you put this with that
seafood,
kind of thing?
Seafood off of the fire.
Off the fire, yeah.
But it isn't really robust in terms of the bulkiness and all of that. So I would, this is clean seafood kind of wine, right? Whether it's raw, whether it's the flaky fish, salads with vinaigrettes and that kind of stuff. It's light, it's clean, it's expressive, but it's not heavy and complex where you want to put it on the side of meat or pastas and that kind of stuff.
It's very nice. It's not strong in any direction. It really is middle of the road kind of Chardonnay.
So, almost 2 glasses deep. Then you'll realize you just drank 2 glasses.
It's pretty enjoyable.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's pretty good. And how does this stack up in terms of price to other Chardonnays on your market?
I think we're in that $30 to $35 price point. 33, somewhere around there.
Very good. And you say Zuccardi is new to this market. Very new.
Well, so, no, this range is new. Zuccardi that owns Santo. And people would remember the Dolce, which was the semi-sweet sparkling a few years ago. And then we brought in their entry range, which was a Santa Julia. We have the Malbec and a couple of other skewers.
Okay.
They're also the same persons who's responsible for Fusion.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet red and sweet white.
Right.
So now this is now us. It's similar to the Trevento story, right?
Yeah.
So all is about Trevento Sweet, and then
Right.
we had to introduce the Trevento Reserve and the Golden Reserve. So we started off with Fusion and the Santa Julia Dolce. Then we move into Santa Julia dry stuff, and now we're moving into. Actually, the next wine we'll taste, the Malbec, is their flagship wine.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, and so we move in from those things where we're sourcing grapes all from Mendoza now to these grapes coming from the estates of Zuccotti, right? And then we move up from this level. Then we're looking at particular plots within these estates that give us the concentration of wines as we move up in quality level.
Okay. So these are that family is a little more serious stuff.
Yeah,
if you can put it that way.
Yeah, I think they're a leading voice in changing the conversation about South American wines just being heavily consumed, not taken serious kind of wines.
Okay. So you've been to the estate. Tell us a little bit more about it. I mean,
I try. There's a Michelin star restaurant on property.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like I said, the vineyard itself is 1,000 to 1,200 meters above sea.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just looking at the most picturesque Andes mountain range that you can possibly see. It's similar to what happens in Napa Valley. You see the cloud shifts in the morning and it shifts out in the afternoon.
Right.
So it's just interesting to see the sunrise and to get up to 95 degrees and then to watch it set. And about 3:30 in the afternoon, it's time to pull out the jacket kind of thing because the temperature is really trying to drop down into the 50, 55.
The sun is setting a little early, as you say, because it's setting behind the Andes Mountains.
Most definitely. This would have been the first time I've seen cement eggs, what they used for fermentation and aging. Again, just to preserve the freshness that we enjoyed inside that Chardonnay, we'll get a level of freshness in the reds as well.
Okay.
Micro-oxidization.
Right.
So to allow the wine to age as it is being made, to give us the wine in its best possible form.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to see. And then to meet, the first generation, the second generation, and the third generation of winemakers and owners was just awesome.
Yeah, and these vineyards, I imagine, are watered by rain, not like river water or anything.
No, so melted snow caps.
Snow caps. Oh, so it's a river fed watering. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gravity fed irrigation.
Nice.
Yeah.
So obviously that changes the terroir.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And it contributes. We talk about stressing the vines and the access to water and lack thereof, and the favorable growth of fruit when there isn't water. So the vine has to stretch itself, and so we're talking about what nature gives us. So every year, every month, every day is going to be completely different.
This is top there. It's pretty good.
And this is 100% Malbec.
All of these are 100%. Okay. So 100% Malbec, 100% Chardonnay, and then we move into the Cabernet Franc. I like the response. This is top tier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
That's really good.
That is very good. And Argentina is known for Malbec, right?
Malbec and grilled food, late night eating and drinking. That is good.
That is good. For 100% Malbec.
And so the Malbec here, seeing everything is fermented in stainless steel, but then we shift over for a little bit of aging.
Yeah.
So this would have seen some French oak for 12 months. Used French oak. So it'll be very difficult to detect on what we smell or taste, but we could feel that nice roundness and a little bit more complexity in this one.
It is kind of, it at first sip, it pulls some of the moisture out of the mouth, but then in the back it does something.
Almost like it brings it back.
Yeah.
And that's that acid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So acid will dry out the mouth, but at the same time it will cause us to salivate.
Yeah.
Right? But that's an enjoyable acid structure. That's a good pick up there, Chester.
So that's the Malbec, and
the Chardonnay.
And the Chardonnay, all 100%.
So these are available inside Bristol's Blake Road and Premier Cru in Nassau. This next one that we're going to open up isn't available anywhere.
Oh boy.
This actually is one of the wines.
Oh, you asked for this.
No,
You can't have it.
No, well, now that we officially start our wine club on Friday, there are some things that we have to reserve for our preferred private customers.
Okay.
And so some wines now will be brought in to expose to our wine club members. Some wines won't make it into the retail space because we'll fight between the restaurants and the hotels and the wine club.
Right.
And so these 3 fantastic wines landed last week, and we said, Zane and I had a conversation, well, let's just put the most interesting one inside the box, and it won't be available inside our retail space for right now.
Okay.
We're trying to find a couple of homes and restaurants, so it may end up in the retail space, or it may not. But this is Cabernet Franc. I mean, I don't want to preempt it, but...
Cabernet Franc.
I don't want to take you back, but what is the Malbec retail for?
The same price. These are all line price, so that'll be at 33 as well.
And Cabernet Franc is that's not the name of the grape, is it?
It is. It's an interesting grape that we don't usually get 100% by itself. Usually we find it in some French blends, the Bordeaux stuff. So we talk about Cab, Merlot, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, White Bank in Bordeaux is where we really see Cab Franc. But it's a very perfumey grape.
We go to wine club. We go in the wine club.
Don't talk about wine. The first rule of wine club right now is not to talk about wine club until we're ready to talk about wine club, because I feel like Zena can get me in trouble.
Wow.
You say it's perfumey, but I don't. The nose is very subtle if there is one. Like I hardly even smell anything.
But that initial taste on the tongue.
Yeah, you put your nose back and you get some nice floral, violet, rose petal kind of thing.
I taste the rose petal, but it ain't hitting me in the nose. That's very interesting. Okay, I got it now. So is this one of these? I say this because that initial sniff test wasn't really. I didn't get anything. Would you decant this or run it through a? Whatchamacallit?
It might just be like just so you only had it in your glass for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But the first smell was completely different from the second smell.
Yeah.
So just opening it up a little bit more. So even if it's just opening the bottle and leaving the bottle open for a few minutes before you start to pour, or pouring in the glass and leaving it, or taking it to the next. The Cabernet Francs for me are the ultimate food red wine.
Yeah. It's almost like drinking potpourri.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't drink potpourri, but I'm just saying. This tastes like you said. There's hints of the rose and it's very floral. It's very floral. No, that's really nice. So nice, Carla, to pour twice.
Thanks for pulling my card. No, this is nice. So this will be featured in the first box that we start to give out on Friday at the Wine Club.
Right, Wine Club. You're gonna experience this, so I'm sure people are. Is there a limit to the amount of people you could put in Wine Club right now?
Nope.
Let me open up the Wine Club conversation because, how many bottles of this do you have?
As much as people want to say.
Good morning, Zena.
Good morning. So there's no limit to Wine Club. We obviously have a selection of package chairs.
Yes.
So if you are just dipping your feet into, I just want discounts on wines at Bristol, you could join our first package chair, and that's just $50 a year. For $50 a year, you get 15% off all wine purchases at Bristol. So whether it's something that's only in the Blake Road store, whether it's some of your favorites, whether you still like something sweet, 15% off. Whether you like champagne, 15% off. You get that across all wine products at any Bristol Wine and Spirits location.
Okay.
Now let's say you like wine, but you also like coming to our stuff. And I say a wine dinner. It could be a floral event. It could also be our charcuterie and wine tastings. It could be our monthly wine tastings.
Let me hold on to the desk because you're about to say something amazing.
20% off on all of those events if you sign up for the second tier.
Oh, second tier. Okay.
So that's a year. So it's still a really good price.
Stop now. Stop everything. What'd you say?
$100 for the entire year, and you get 15% off all purchases and 20% off all wine events.
See, I feel like y'all forget everybody you've been a part of this for all the start just a bit. I gotta start the process over.
So we are starting On Cloud Wine Club. So Wine Club at Bristol, we want to get a group of people that love wine. They want to experience new wines. They want to get together on the top of the hill, enjoy wines together, and also participate in some of our wine events and curated wine experiences. So we have 4 packages. So $50 a year, $100 a year, $200 a year, $400 a year. Each of those packages come with different perks. So like I said, the first tier, you get 15% off all wine purchases for the entire year once you pay $50.
I'd word it.
People pay that for lunch. So you pay that and you get 15% every time you come to Bristol and show your card. You will get 15% off your wine purchases. If you go to the second tier, you get that as well as 20% off all events. And we have a lot of different wine events. We have our Ring Around the Rosé. We have wine tastings monthly. We have floral wine events. We have so many wine events. We even have our wine dinners at the hotels. We will also give you 20% off on that. Wow. And that's a great deal because if you have participated in any of our wine dinners, it is an amazing.
I don't like this. I don't like it.
$100 a year.
I don't like it. I do not like it
because you love it.
You already can't get into a wine dinner, and then you can give 20% off.
20%.
Not everybody's gonna come.
So that means the wine club members.
That means wine exactly. Wine club members have first preference for our dinners.
Oh, hello. Now that's different.
Now, if you want to go a little bit higher, you pay $200 a year. For the entire year, you get all of those perks as well as you get 1 box a year. And in that box, you're going to have some wine trinkets. We have a lot of surprises that are going to go in there. Ooh. You also get a selection of wines. It could be 2 bottles, it could be 3 bottles, depending on the month. And this box that we have packed for this first selection, I think the box alone is over $200. So if you pay $200, you get all of those perks, plus you get in a box of wines, one that you can't get anywhere else, one that is new, and we have a Lux wine in there.
Oh.
So it's definitely something
that's tier 3.
That's tier 3.
Right.
And that is $200 a year. So like I say, it still comes with all the perks. You still get the discount.
But to get better for tier.
And you get a box.
Who gets the box? Everyone?
Everyone that's 200 or above.
Tier 2.
That's tier 3.
Tier 200.
Now, when we go to our tier 4, these are wine masters.
Okay.
These people who enjoy wines, they want to hang out with us on the hill, they want the free happy hours, and they want to experience different wines each quarter. They're going to get something interesting in every box, and they get 4 boxes a year.
Every quarterly, you get a box.
Quarterly, you get a box.
And it's not just a box. It's not just a...
Don't tell me you got some fancy thing.
No, it's some good stuff in the box.
No, I'm talking just about the box.
About the box.
The box is a box. Very nice box.
Very nice.
Anyway, Friday.
Very nice. Friday, we're giving out the first set of boxes. Okay. And when y'all see this, y'all going to be like, I should have signed up for Wine Club.
This is my next question. How do you sign up?
You can sign up. You can either visit any of our social media pages. We are Bristol Bahamas on Instagram, Bristol Wines and Spirits on Facebook. If you go in the bio, there's a link where you can sign up for Wine Club. Or if you send me an email, as you know, if you want to participate in any of our wine events and experiences, you email zwilliams@bristol.bs. Send me an email. I will email you the link. Once you sign up, we will send you the payment link. And if you pay before the end of today for your subscription, you card on Friday, as well as if you sign up for the 200 or 400 level, you will get your first box of the year.
I just get mad when you give out your email address.
So definitely, I mean, even if you pay by Friday, you still could come too. So we also going to have free happy hours for Wine Club members. If you don't join Wine Club, it's $25. But if you join, it's completely free. We're going to have charcuterie and a selection of wines for you to sample. We're going to have all of these that was on air today. Okay. And like we said, one of these you only could get if you're in Wine Club.
If you're in Wine Club.
So we're going to be sampling these at our happy hour on Friday. We're going to have some charcuterie bites. And if you have already joined, you will get either your membership card, or if you're the 200 or 400 tier, you will also get your first box.
You get a fancy card too?
Yes, you do.
Man, this is
because you use the card to get your discounts whenever you shop at our Bristol stores.
Right.
I made to take y'all away from the wine, but y'all only doing this for wine? Like, What about the Scotch drinkers out there?
Tori, he was almost like rubbing his hands together.
Let me just say, I'm not a wine drinker.
mine.
The Malbec was pretty good today, and I'm very impressed by that.
Look how you changed it a little bit.
What needs whiskey drinkers and cognac drinkers
need to come together
and come together and cultivate a nice community where those fantastic beverages can be enjoyed on an elevated level. We have nothing against that, but unfortunately, we will stay in our lane and we will do the best that we can in this lane that we in.
I respect that. I respect that.
But you can get that from Bristol too, though.
Okay.
That experience you're asking about, or talking about, we could make that happen.
And Crew has some of those things that you could only find at Crew, right?
Yeah. So one of the other wines inside the box usually makes an appearance at Crew, depending on its availability.
Right.
And so again, all of the wines in this first box aren't readily available. One you can't get anywhere else. I mean, you can taste it on Friday at happy hour, but if you're not participating in the box right now, you won't be able to physically get your hand on this bottle. We have a next bottle that we've already identified that will be in box number 2. It's the exact same thing. If you're not eating in Bahama or talking to Tori or participating in Tying Wine Club, then you probably know what that wine is. you can't enjoy that wine. And so it's that kind of we've gotten our suppliers to buy into the wine club as well. And so we anticipate with orders that we place now that we'll be able to bring in some amazing treats that, small production, winery only.
Wow.
As Tori and I get to travel the wine world, we could pick up nice, interesting trinkets and interesting wines just for the wine club, and so we're gonna really.
So you can say to these guys as you travel to them and taste their things, you could send us a couple boxes of that for the wine club.
I mean, just thinking about Deutsch, right? The Tori represents, we have maybe 15 SKUs from them, and their entire portfolio is probably about 35, right? And so we could say on this next big consolidation that we want, based on the numbers that we have in Wine Club, can we get an extra 7 cases of that particular wine that's not in our market?
Right.
And so only Wine Club gets to enjoy that in feed. But because these are the people who raise their hand, put their hand in their pocket, spend an extra 50, an extra 100, 200 or 400, and so we want to be able to meet them where they want to be met.
And the benefits are overflowing, it seems. Thank you, Zena. Thank you for that great news this morning for people who enjoy some wine. And you get this now. You could start to put those together as gifts and all.
I'll wait for you all to see.
Can you imagine?
I
need people in my family to join Wine Club so they could gift me things.
You some boxes.
Gift me their box.
And they can also give the gift of membership to Wine Club.
There you go. Hey, there's a good Christmas idea, birthday, anniversary.
We actually have a lady who signed up her husband for Wine Club, so it is possible.
There you go.
You could give the gift of Wine Club. Just when you send me the email, let me know who is the person you want to experience the Wine Club, and we could have their name printed on the card, because like I said, you have your special Wine Club card as well. It's personalized to you.
Wow. So definitely get that email marketing campaign together, give the gift. Let's get that going.
Exactly. But no, so while they pour another fun one, I could talk about some other events coming up.
I just have to say, I thought Eddie Menace's songbook was, a great thing happening on this show. But
I better text Dwight right now, because he never tell me Wednesdays was like this. Never tell me Wednesdays was like this.
Hey, hold on. I'm the Wednesday co-host, okay? Calm down.
So, in
yesterday was Chardonnay Day.
Yes.
We can't hear Tori. He busy pouring wine.
On Cloud Wine Club this Friday. The first person to sign up get a bottle of Chardonnay.
Okay.
What they can't get nowhere.
The first person to sign up for
Today.
Oh, today.
You heard us speaking. If you sign up today, the first person to send me an email, they have to email it. They will get a bottle of Chardonnay that you can't get anywhere.
You can't get this bottle in the Bahamas. On behalf of Kyle.
So
see why I don't like how when you give out your.
So on behalf of Kyle, that was on behalf of Tori Sanders. But truth be told, what they're saying is, so whether it's 50, 100, 200, or 400, right? So if you're 200 or 400, instead of you getting 3 wines on Friday, you're getting 4 wines.
Right.
Oh. If you're 50 or 100, instead of you getting no wines, you get a bottle that only you have that I'm certain this is Tori's last bottle of this particular Chardonnay that he's speaking of. And this is what we want to cultivate, right? It's how do we get to the wines that's not readily or easily available for us? How do we expand our palate and try numerous new things? But I think we've also realized that these wines that only we have that's available in selected places where people will run you down.
Yeah.
Your good friend has been running me down.
Yeah, I'm sure
I was
he
so
has.
happy Tori had that bottle on his desk. I was like, you know what? This bottle belongs to Peter.
Your names get called on this show a lot, but it's at Bristol, what is it?
zwilliams@bristol.bs. Just send me an email. And like you said, if you sign up for $50 or $100 tier, you weren't getting anything except the happy hour experience. Now you'll also get a bottle that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, you still was getting your discounts, your other perks, but you weren't walking away with a box like everybody else. But now you could walk away with a bottle that even they won't have. And if you sign up for at least 200 or 400, instead of getting 3 wines on Friday, you will be getting 4.
No, let's see if Gmail sends my email.
So now,
some of it this one.
the fun pour is XXL. So this is also a new product at Bristol. It is fruit forward wine, but a higher alcohol content. They all have about 16% or higher alcohol content, which is not normal for wine.
Ricardo enjoys it.
Yeah, that could be a problem this summer. That
So
could
this
be
is
a
the
problem.
fun pour. And like I said, while you enjoy that, I'll talk about some more stuff that's coming up at Bristol. So on Friday, obviously, is our Wine Club Happy Hour, which is free for all Wine Club members. Even if you wanted to sign up for Wine Club on Friday, you can do that, pay in the store, and still enjoy the happy hour for free. You'll just get your card later. Remember, it is $25, and you still could come enjoy with us. Maybe you just want to get a sample of what it'll be like and then decide to sign up later. That's fine as well. On Saturday, we have, I think, about 3 more spots, not many at all. We are having an Art of Wine, Chocolate and Charcuterie workshop. So it's a wine tasting where you're going to have different elements of a charcuterie board in front of you and learn how to pair them with the wines that we'll be sampling. That way, when you home and you just want to have a little, wine down Wednesday, you can have it yourself and you know how to pair your wines with chocolate and cheeses.
Yeah.
That's Saturday. That's $100 per person. But if you are a Wine Club member, it's only $80 for you. Because like I said, Wine Club membership comes with discounts at all of our wine experiences.
Unbelievable.
And then on Sunday, we are back on the hill again. We are having a Patron Day party, Sunset Language. The entry is completely free. You just have to pay for your drinks.
Oh, okay.
And whatever else you want to experience. We're going to have henna out there free. So if you want henna, you could get that as well. We're going to have a photo booth, different little experiences. So we definitely encourage you to come out. And lastly, for this week, if you want to be a wine master but not necessarily join Wine Club, we have our wine certification class this Friday and Saturday. It is $350 a person. You can also sign up by emailing me at zwilliams@bristol.bs.
The email again.
It's not too late to sign up. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 spots left for that as well. And that's going to be led by Kyle. And you are going to get your level 1 wine certification at the end of that course.
If you pass it?
Yeah. If you pass.
Everybody gets certification.
There's no participation trophy here. You have to pass.
Just sound like you tried it. It wasn't successful.
I'm just making sure.
You have to pass. But yes, we have level 1 wine certification course this weekend, Friday and Saturday at Crew.
I just make sure they're throwing people out in the street, calling themselves level 1. You know what I'm saying?
No. You have to
Can't
pass.
be that.
But we're also going to have that. So we have fun and we have education all this weekend at Crew. And we hope to see you all. And then if we want to talk about something that's a little bit in the future, we are getting ready for our 2nd year of Ring Around the Rosé. So it's our all rosé experience. It's going to be June 19th at Crew, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are going to loads of different rosés this year, as well as something that we didn't have last year, which is a rosé cocktail station. So you're going to get Hampton water cocktails as well as Matua cocktails at this station. And then we have 4 tables. So we have sweet, sparkling, international, and of course, French rosés. I think we have a selection of over 15 rosés this year across the Bristol portfolio. It is always a good time. And this year we've also ordered some trinkets. So, you're going to get a little trinket here, a little trinket there. Okay. Little surprises. We have a lot of photo opportunities. We have a lot of cute stuff for, people who like elevated experience. It's going to be an amazing time. And if you love rosé, this is something you won't want to miss.
Okay. A lot going on.
And that one is only $45. And if you're a wine club member, you still are going to get the 20% off on top of that. So imagine enjoying over 15 wines, rosé cocktails, so many cute photo opportunities. We have little trinkets to give out. We have a lot of fun experiences that's going to be ring around the rosé. And if you are a wine club member, you get this for under $45. Where do you get that? Nowhere else but Bristol.
Wine club is like when you finally discovered that up, up, down, down was a cheat code.
That's exactly what it is. The only thing is, and you'll see some more information, is about our summer dinner wine series. Between Bahama, we have a California dinner, we have a champagne dinner, and we have an Italian dinner. And then we have a bottle of rosé wine dinner with Magano. But all of those we'll see coming out within the next 2 weeks. And that'll take us from now until August when it comes to wine dinners. And like Zena just said, you as a wine club member will receive 20% off on all of those experiences.
You already mentioned it, so people are going to be emailing zwilliams@bristol.ps already for those spaces.
I hope so, because remember, the first person to email me when we come off the show, they are going to get something.
You say when we come off the show.
No. When we come off the show is when I'm going to check. I'm not going to check it now. I hope you have already emailed me, because where else can you get that? It's just that when we come off the show is when I'm going to check it.
You keep changing the rules.
No, the rules aren't changing. Whoever is the first person, they will get either an additional bottle of wine or a bottle of wine that they cannot get anywhere else.
You just changed the rule again. But anyway.
Chester's not a part of competition, so if anybody feels like they're not going to send a message, because Chester probably already sent a message, don't worry, Chester can't get, so still send your message.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about
Because Chester should have already signed up for Wine Club.
Let's talk about XXL.
Yeah,
so Ricardo has already endorsed it, so
I like that. It's a trendsetter right now inside the U.S. It's picking up steam inside the Caribbean. I think it's a little bit of what we like here in our region, right? We like fruit character, we like sweetness, we like alcohol. And so we've been enjoying the opposite end of this, which has been fruit flavored, lower alcohol. Isn't as sweet as some of those things.
Which is fine. I mean,
But definitely is fruit flavored. Yeah. Like in this one we're tasting is just the blackberry. We have 4 SKUs in right now. We have the blackberry, we have strawberry and grapes, we have peach and guava.
Wow.
Right?
Oh.
Wow. Tell you they go into something with that. They go into something.
Yeah.
So the guava is just an interesting one to see how it hits. Guava is a love-hate with a lot of Bahamians. Blackberry seems to be the flavor profile that's hitting right now. We had the Bombay Bramble, and we moved now. You have Jack Daniels Blackberry. And so Blackberry here is one of their top SKUs. And so, it's just here to see. It's big amongst whatever generation they put the label on the younger generation. So people between 18 and 25 are enjoying this.
Okay.
So this all of us are having the conversations we had with a couple of months about what do we do with this generation? How do we understand what their beverage consumption is like? Even just having a conversation with the intern on the way in, it's like, I've drank before, but I don't drink. You know what I mean? And so it's understand.
Could get some insight. From our intern.
I don't know if she wanted to put it, but she'll be with us for 6 to 8 weeks, so maybe on the next go round. She's warmed up enough to have a word on the radio. We'll see. But yeah, so we'll see how these go. It's big in nightlife, it's big in, wherever the younger folks are hanging out, and so we'll see how it's received and supported.
Who's behind XXL?
So these are the persons who, but I don't know the actual winery story. The people who supply us are the people who give us some of our best wines.
Oh.
So CCD is who we refer to them as, but they supply Thor, Antonori, Bollinger, and then also the Zuccotti and the Fusion line.
Right.
And then a couple of other smaller French wines that we get from them as well. So really on the premium side of things, but then also playing on the fun side of the wine business. They would have been the people who helped us to introduce Minuti to the market.
Okay.
And so,
we like Minuti too. Yeah, good. And
$15.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
affordable.
15.30 I think is the introductory price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
And for wine club.
Oh, here we go. I was waiting for it.
For our special friends, right? you get that at 15% off. Right?
Wow.
If you reach out your I know what you're waiting on.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So tell us again, Zena, how do we get involved in Wine Club?
So you can just send me an email, zwilliams@bristol.bs for Wine Club. Or if you follow us on Instagram, you can click the link in our bio. Just sign up. Once you sign up, I will check them all today. Send out payment links. Once you have made your payment, if we get your payment by today, your card could be ready by Friday. If not, you still could get all of the perks. You just will pick up your card at a later date because today is the last day for card printing before our happy hour. But you get your happy hour card on Friday if you sign up by the end of today. If not, you will get it at a later date, but you still could get your box. If you sign up for 200 or 400 today or anytime between today and Friday, you'll still get that box. And you get to come to happy hour. Like I say, enjoy some wines that are new to the market. A great evening on the hill for sure.
Good.
So Wine Club has a lot of perks. Like I say, if you just are dipping your toe in, $50. If you love our experiences, $100. If you want that first box, $200. And if you want to see what can Bristol give you that's interesting throughout the year, $400. And we already have somebody sign up to the Wine Master level because they know that we have great quality products, interesting products, and new things that are going to go into these boxes.
Yeah.
So definitely, it's only $400 for the full year.
I feel like you could go up like another tier and still be good, you know.
And that's what you have to explain to people. That's for the whole year.
Point well taken. No, because Zane and I have fought on the wines. Well, Tori as well, because he introduced one of the wines that we ended up taking over. We put it into the second box as to, okay, if we do this for the first box, then how do we, within this $400 price point, get 3 other outstanding boxes? Well, we get the supplier to lend us some assistance.
Right.
So what we'll see in box number 1, the quality or level of wines or the intent of what it is that's in that box will not drop in box number 2, box number 3, or box number 4. And if we have to reach out to the supplier to say that we maintain this level, we have no problems with having those conversations.
Yeah.
This is very intentional on how we continue to cultivate a genuine wine culture.
Yes.
But now we want those who want to raise their hand and say, no, I'm a little serious about it. I'll spend the extra $50. And not everybody is prepared to spend an extra $50 on wine or to get discounts, much less $400.
Yeah.
So we understand that and we'll take it that serious. That's why, Tori really gets excited when he says, no, I have this wine called The Hype and you can't get it nowhere else beside this place or me. And now we'll include it inside the wine box, right?
Yes.
And so we take being able to offer these unique things serious, but also to move the culture along.
Now, the hype, you could still got some of that lying around?
Oh, we good. We good.
We have it, but you have to join Wine Club if you want to get it.
We good.
Oh, we tasted it here first on the show.
That is a Bahama and Wine Club exclusive.
It's something, eh?
It's not going to be in our retail stores. And like we say, the price is for the entire at the $50 tier.
Right.
If you purchase wines at Bristol frequently, you will save more than $50 within that year, easily.
On the first bottle.
Exactly. Depending on what you like. Depending on what you like, because if you buy a bottle of champagne, you could save that right then on that champagne purchase.
That's right.
So we're not saying you have to come in at the $200 tier. Because at the $50 and $100 tier, you still get perks. And we still have some secret surprises that we're going to have for everybody that's in Wine Club.
Have you been to Crew lately, too? I mean, it's been beautified fully.
Yeah, there you
so,
go.
it's just a nice place to come to.
The garden space is different now, and there's multiple spaces with one space now to enjoy. But it speaks to sitting down with a bottle and 2 glasses. I say 2 glasses because conversation is good with wine. But yeah, just to enjoy that space, I think it's awesome. I think Juan Bacardi and with some conversations with our partner at Versailles kind of put us in a direction now that, the yard demands that we bring out luxury wines, and that we provide elevated experiences, kind of thing. But yeah.
Most def, I would say.
I get to go for the Wine Club next week.
Look here, Tori already trying to figure out things for the wine club.
Actually, in addition to Tori's giveaway, we would like to give away a $200 tier membership today.
And I disqualified again?
Yes, but you should sign up already because we see you enjoying wine at Crew all the time. If you enjoy wine at Crew, you should be a wine club member.
What?
So, our trivia question.
Oh, there's a trivia for this. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
The first person to text the answer
or call
which years that the Zuccotti Q won World's Best Vineyards. Give us at least 2 out of the 3 years because we mentioned it when we mentioned this about the wine.
Google fast.
I mean, you could do that as well, but we did mention it. If you could give us at least 2 out of the 3 years that it won World's Best Vineyard, or if you give us a full 3, we are going to give away a $200 tier membership package, and you will have that membership for the entire year until May 21st, 2027. After that, if you want to choose to continue, that's on you, but we're giving away 1 year of $200 tier membership, so you will also be getting a box on Friday.
They send 1 year. 2 years. 72 and 93 is what this person said. I don't know where you get 72 from.
We're not looking for the independence of the box.
Okay, another text, 19, 20, 21.
Say it again?
19, 20, 21. They got 2 of those years.
Who's the person?
Who's the person?
What do you mean who?
That means
It's a text.
It's just a text.
So let's get some information from them. They're spot on. 19, 20, and 21.
Whoever sends them 2 dates.
We have a winner.
One already, guys.
Once you get the
I'll give you the phone number.
send it to me.
The information right here. You can have it right now.
Come on Friday to enjoy happy hour and pick up their first box and membership card.
So it's also important for folks to understand if you're at the $50 or $100 level and at some point in this first quarter you're interested in getting the box will be offered to club members at a discounted price. Right? And so, yes, you paid your $50. You weren't prepared to spend $200 or $400 at this time, but you still want to see this. You can buy the box.
That's great.
Right? And we'll offer it at a nice price. It won't be as awesome as a price for the person who paid in that tier. But
can you update?
Upgrade.
Like go for upgrade, like from 50 to
most
200.
definitely.
Because if I go on to buy the box for $100.
You don't know the price of the box.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah,
You can upgrade.
If all of those options are available, right? You can purchase the box this quarter or upgrade, right? It depends. Some persons might just, I seen what was in that box. I just want this box, but I probably financially can't do the next 3 boxes. I can't go up to $400. We understand that, but a box speaks to you. You'll still be able to purchase that box at $100.
You guys are so nice.
We tried to.
It's Zena, isn't it? That's why you don't talk often on the show. You should give a store away.
We try, but yeah. On Friday, if you want to sign up and pay, you could do that. If you want to upgrade your membership to get a box, you could do that. We'll have a couple of extra boxes there that night. And if, like I say, you don't want to commit to a level, but you just want to purchase this box because you see what's inside and you love it, we will have a price if you want to do that as well.
Okay.
But if you, let's say the retail price ends up over $150, which it might, because like I say, this box already is valued at $200 or above. You could just pay an additional $150 if you already was at the $50 level and you get your box. If you was at the $100 level, you would need to pay an additional $100 and you get your box rather than paying the retail value. So there is value in being at the $200 or $400 membership level.
You said it. Absolutely.
Yep.
You know, that's why we love to have you out here on a Wednesday. Ricardo, don't think about it.
I think Ricardo might be here next time.
Thank you so much for being here with us, and we're always glad to have you. That's our show for today, and we'll be back tomorrow. On the Clock with Aaron Green is up next. Y'all be good to each other. God bless all of you, and have a great day. We'll see you later.
All right.
Hey folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. Should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snacks and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble. Sorry folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the entertainment. Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on! We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
When it comes to hearts at Cleveland Clinic, you can't miss a beat. You seek the best care possible. Work with the brightest minds. No stone unturned to get to the heart of the matter. Because understanding is always the first step to overcoming. For every heart in the world, see how we're advancing the future of heart care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
If you're done with gas prices burning a hole through your wallet, stop paying the price and start driving the solution. A BYD EV from Easy Car Sales comes with an 80% drop in your fuel costs. So wave goodbye to gas lines and charge while you sleep. For 8 years, drivers like you have been breaking up with the pump and waking up to freedom. It's more than a car. It's a new way to be. It's a BYD. From the one and only, visit easy242.com to learn more.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BEMC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clarkson Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
CFAL is a proud sponsor of Team Bahamas for the 2026
Is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.